Hello everyone and welcome to Kiru's online lectures. So today we are going to start with a topic that is complex numbers. So in this part we are going to study introduction, integral power of iota, imaginary quantities, complex numbers, equality of complex numbers. Coming on to the introduction part, see there are some equations like x square plus 1 equals 0, x square plus 4 equals 0. These are not solvable. We cannot solve it in R. That is, there is no real number whose square is negative real number. Because when we'll solve it, we'll get x square is minus 1 and this x will be written as square root of minus 1. So Euler, he was the first mathematician to introduce the symbol iota, that is I, for this square root of minus 1, and this is represented by I. So thus he said this I square is what? Minus 1. Therefore square root of minus 1 can be written as I. He also called this symbol, this iota symbol is also known as imaginary unit. So this was basically given by Euler, a mathematician, and he only introduced this symbol iota. Now what is integral power of iota? Now as we know, if I square is there, I square will be written as minus 1. So I cube, it can be written as your I square into I. So I square is minus 1, and since I square is minus 1, so I will be written as a square root of minus 1, and here into it will be I. So therefore I cube can be written as minus I also. Next, let's suppose we have I ki power 4, which can be written as I square into square. That means I square is minus 1, minus 1 square is 1. So this is how we have to solve integral power of iota, that is I. Coming on to question, the first question is we have to solve iota ki power 135, that is I ki power 135. So I ki power 135, when 135 is divided by 4, we will get 33 as a quotient and we will get 3 as remainder. So this, since we are getting 3 as a remainder, so I ki power 135 can be written as I ki power 3, because this will be written as I ki power 4 into 4 into 33. I ki power 4 is 1 into I ki power 3. Therefore it is only written as I ki power 3, and as we know I ki power 3 is I square into I. Therefore minus 1 into I will be minus I. Similarly over here, I ki power minus 999 can be written as 1 upon I ki power 999. So if we divide it by 4, we'll get I ki power 4 and we'll get over here 3 as a remainder. Now as we are getting 3 over here again as a remainder, so when we'll divide it by 4, over here we'll get 4 into 2 18, 19, 4 into 4 16, then again 39, 4 into 9 36. So here we'll get I ki power 3. Since I ki power 4 is 1, 1 ki power 249 will be 1 only. Answer will be 1 by I ki power 3. 1 by I ki power 3 can be written as minus 1 upon I. So this is our answer, and this is how we have to solve integral power of iota. Coming on to next type of this question is I ki power 19. Now here if we divide I 19 with 4, so we'll get 4 into 4 16, we'll get 3 as a remainder. So this I ki power 19 will be written as I ki power 3. Similarly over here I ki power 25, when we divide it by 4, 25 is 25 divided by 4, we'll get 1 as a remainder. So here we'll write only 1 by I, and iska square we have to find. So on finding square, over here what we'll do, we'll now take out the LCM. When we'll take out LCM, I की power 4 plus 1 by I. So on doing square, we'll get I की power 8 plus 1 plus 2I की power 4 upon I square. Now as we know, I की power 4 is 1. Here also I की power 4 into 2 will be 8. So I की power 4 into 2 plus 1 plus 2I square into square upon I square is minus 1. So when we'll solve over here 1 plus 1 2, 2 plus 2 4. So minus 4 we got, and hence LHS and RHS both are equal. So this is how we have to solve integral power of iota. Coming on to imaginary quantities, then square root of negative real number is imaginary quantity, or we can say it as imaginary numbers, like we have square root of minus 3, square root of minus 4, square root of minus 9 by 4. Similarly, if a and b they are positive real numbers, so square root of minus a into square root of minus b can be written as square root of ab. Now let us suppose I am provided with a square root of minus a. As we know, this minus a can be written as minus 1 into square root of a. So minus 1, the square root of minus 1 is I. So therefore square root of minus a is written as I root a. Similarly, square root of minus b is written as I root b. So now coming on to question, we are provided over here square root of minus 144. Minus 144 can be written as minus 1 into square root of 144. Minus 1 is I, square root of 144 is 12. So answer is 12I. Similarly over here, minus 1 into square root of 4, square root of minus 1 into square root of 9 by 4. So this 4 will be written as 2, and this is I into 2. Here again I into 3 by 2. 2 got cancelled, 3I square will be written as minus 1. So answer is minus 3. Next is, now coming on to actually what is complex numbers. So complex number is basically, let's suppose a and b, they are the two real numbers. If then a number of the form a plus ib, where I is iota, it is called complex numbers. For example, 7 plus 2i, minus 1 plus 3i, 3 minus 2i, 0 plus 2i, 1 plus 0i. These all are known as complex numbers. Now this complex number has two parts. The one is real part and the other one is imaginary part. Now real part is basically the number that is a over here. Let's suppose 7 plus 2i. If we compare this number with a plus ib, so here a is called 7 and this is only the real part. The number with iota, that is I, is the imaginary part. So over here the imaginary part is 2. See, these complex numbers, they are represented by z. Let's suppose z is 3 minus 2i. So we write like this, real part of this complex number is 3. Imaginary part of this complex number is minus 2. So this is how we write the real and imaginary part of the complex numbers. Coming on to equality of the complex numbers, let's suppose I am provided with two complex numbers, z1 is equals to a1 plus ib1, z2 is equals to a2 plus ib2. These are equal if a1 and a2 is equal, that is if real part of z1 is equals to real part of z2, and imaginary part of z1 should be equal to imaginary part of z2. So if this condition is fulfilled, then only we say two complex numbers are equal. Coming on to question, we are provided with z1. z1 is 2 minus iy, z2 is x plus 3i. These two complex numbers are equal. So we have to find x and y. So obviously 2 minus iy is equals to x plus 3i. So the real part of z1 is 2. The real part of z2 is x. Therefore x will be 2. Imaginary part of z1 is equals to imaginary part of z2. imaginary part of z1 is minus y, imaginary part of z2 is 3. So y is equals to minus 3. This is how we can solve the unknown values. Next question is, if a plus b is equal a plus b minus I into 3a plus 2b is equals to 5 plus 2i. Now this is one complex number, this is another complex number. Again the real part of this complex number is a plus b and this real part of the other complex number is 5. This is first equation. Over here the real part of this complex number is minus 3a plus 2b equal 2. This is second equation. So when we'll solve this equation, from first we are getting a is equals to 5 minus b, putting this value in equation number 2. So we'll get 3 into 5 15 minus 3b plus 2b equals 2. So 15 minus b minus 2. So here minus b is equals to, we'll get minus 2 minus 15, thus b is equals to 17. So a will be 5 minus 17, a is equals to minus 12. So this is how we can find out the unknown values on comparing the quantities, that is the real number of one complex number is equal to real number of another complex number. So today we have studied what is complex numbers, imaginary quantities, iota, equality of the complex numbers. Hope you guys are finding videos helpful. So do like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you.